Hey guys, it's Lorith here. So last week I skipped the devlog because my AC was broken and I was feeling pretty bleh because of that. I got that fixed, but I've mostly been doing design in my head and I've been trying to figure out some things that might be fun to mess around with. Firstly, you'll note that enemies now have a drop. I had this silly idea that the most valuable thing your average person has on them at any given time would be their cell phone, so enemies all drop cell phones now as a currency. I might change this later, but I kind of like the gimmick right now. You've got a little counter up here, which gets updated whenever you pick one up. Next, I can pause the game. This opens up a menu which allows me to resume or restart the game. You might also notice that there's an upgrade button, which opens the upgrade menu. This is an experimental feature where the player will be able to pay materials for certain upgrades. The current plan is to have some upgrades come from killing zombies and using those materials, and other upgrades have to be hidden around levels. Hopefully this will give progression a unique feel. Right now, I can upgrade speed to go faster, but currently it doesn't cost materials. So the end goal here is that eventually we'll be able to provide the player with a bunch of decisions, and the player will feel like those decisions are impactful, and that they win because they chose well, and they lose because they chose poorly. Code-wise, this is a bit of a tangled mess that I'm looking to improve as I go. Right now, the upgrade menu is manually built in the editor, and the stat upgrade system seeks out the player and the stat and hooks it up based on hard-coded parameters, which is not what we want. One thing I have done is that now instead of the scene controller initializing everything when the level's reset, the scene controller has an event that it triggers when it's done resetting the level. UI elements that need to be initialized on a level reset subscribe to that event so they can do their own setup after a level reload. This is more ideal than the scene controller needing to know about every single element that needs to reset on level load. My next step is to create upgradable stat components that report to the upgrade menu that they exist so that the upgrade menu can create boxes for them. The upgrade menu can then send back a signal when the upgrade is purchased so that the stat upgrade component can handle improving the player's capabilities. This prevents the upgrade menu from needing to know anything about the way that the stat upgrades actually impact the player inside of its own code. That's it for this week, but hopefully next week I can show off an upgrade menu that has a few different stats you can spend currency on that populate the menu dynamically. As always, be inspired.